Hello, my name is Gail Deel.
And hello, I'm Jordan Steele. And we are tasked with explaining what kinship care means to us.
Kinship care is when family members take kids that doesn't have a home of their own and raises them and provides for them and love them. And it's always better, I think, when it is kept in the family, because when they are kin, they know the child already. And so when you bring them into your home, you already love them. Not that you can't love people that's not kin to you, it's just that you already know them and love them, especially if you're a grandma or papa or something like that.
And kinship care is the same thing that she had shared with you already. I am a kinship kid. I was raised by my mama, Miss Gail here. And what kinship care means to me is just that I got to stay with my family. I got to be surrounded by people that had already known and loved me from birth. And we would like to share a little bit of our story with you. I'll go ahead and go first, Mama, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
I am the product of 2 substance abusers. And had it not been for my mama stepping up and taking care of me, I would have been another statistic probably in the child welfare system. Or I would have ended up on drugs just like my mother and father were. But thankfully, I was raised by a very resilient, very strong woman that stepped up and took care of us. Mama, if you want to share a little bit about your story in raising us.
I adopted her when she was 2, and I took her sister in when she was 3, and I ended up fighting in court and took parental rights of her sister, and I raised them from the time they were 2 and 3 years old, and they are still with me today. I felt like we've always had a close relationship, and they've always been there, and especially since I got older, they're there for me now, and I'm there for them. So kinship is really, I think it makes everything closer in the family to know that you've got somebody that really cared enough to step up and take care of you.
Do you want to share why you ended up with us?
My daughter had gotten on drugs, and she had went to jail a couple of times, and her dad he asked me to adopt her because he didn't want to pay child support. So I took her when she lived with me from the time she was born. I just took custody of her from the time she was less than a year old.
And what about my sister, Kate?
And her sister, her mom lived in and out in a trailer in my yard. And she went to jail again when her youngest daughter, Jordan's sister, when she was 3. And that's when I ended up fighting the dad to get the court custody of her parental rights. I took his parental rights, and I have raised them both. And Kayla, I raised her without any help, except I did get Medicaid for her, and that's all I ever drawed for her, because back then a lot of this kinship program wasn't going on, because they're both close to 30 now.